Hello, Mr. Lawrence's math students. This video is appropriate for all three of my levels. 8th grade math, which I affectionately call Algebra Light. It's appropriate for level 2 and for my honors classes. All right, so first thing I need you to do is problem number 1. Now, if you're really, really good at this, pause the video and try it now. Okay, try it before I explain it. Now, if you don't have any clue about how to do it, then please watch the video. Okay, so here it comes. I'm going to start solving it. If you want to try it first, pause the video, and then unpause it when you're ready to see what I did. Okay, the first thing I do is I don't like all these fractions. So I am going to find the least common multiple of my denominators. And remember, I told you the best way to do that is to count. Not the best way, but a really good way is to count by the largest of the denominators. So I'm going to count by 5s. I'm going to stop when I say a number that 2, 3, and the denominator over here is 1. It doesn't really matter, but that 5, 2, 3 go into. So I'm going to count by 5. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15. I can't stop yet because you see 3 goes into 15 and 5 goes in, but 2 doesn't, not evenly. And 3 doesn't go into 10, so I got to keep going. So I'm going to go 20, 25, 30. Ooh, I think I've got it. My least common multiple of 2, 3, and 5 is 30. So I'm going to multiply each fraction, or each term, I should say, by 30 over 1. I'm multiplying right here. And then I'm multiplying right here. Okay, and then I'm multiplying right here. And then I'm multiplying here by 30. Okay, now remember, I'm dividing, I'm simplifying. So 2 goes into 2 once, it goes into 30 15 times. 15 times 3x is 45x. Okay, 3 goes into 30 10 times. 10 times 1 is 10. Here I get 5, oh I need my equal sign. 5 going into 36 times. So we have 6 times 4 times x, which is 24x plus 1 times 30. You understand what I did? Some of you just aren't getting what I'm doing, and I'm not sure how else to explain it. You have to understand that in a fraction, the numerator and the denominator are being divided. So if I have 5 over 10, does that equal 2? No, of course not, because 5 divided by 10 does not equal 2. 10 divided by 5 is 2. It matters where the number is. So when I have 30 over 1 times 3 over 2, there's an x on the end, well, I'm going to simplify. Remember, I can simplify 4 different ways. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 and 1 don't simplify. It's a waste of time. 3 and 2 don't simplify. 30 and 1 don't simplify, but 30 and 2 can. 2 goes into 2 once. It also goes into 30 15 times. So I'll multiply 15 times 3 times x, or 45x. Now, I don't like having variables on both sides of the equation, so I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to take one of them away. So I'm going to subtract 1 off. Whoa, where's my airliner has a mind of its own right now. 24x. All right, so 45 minus 24 would be 21x minus 10. That's going to equal 30. Now it's just a two-step equation. So I'm going to add 10 to both sides. And I'm going to get 21x equals 40. I'm almost done. I'll divide by 21. Divide by 21. And so you could tell me that x equals 40 21sts. Or if you wanted to, you could turn that into a mixed number. I think it'd be 1 and 19 21st. I believe that's right. Okay? All right, let's look at another problem here. Same one. Now that you've seen me do one, you go ahead and pause the video, see if you can figure it out for yourself, and then you can watch my solution. Here comes my solution. So I'm going to find the least common multiple of 5, 4, and 3. Well, I think it's going to be 60. Yeah, I think 60 is my least common multiple. So I'm going to multiply by 60 over 1 times 60 right there, times 60 over 1 here, and times 60 over 1 there. All right, so 5 is going into 60 12 times. 12 times 6 is 72, 72x. This is 120. 4 goes into 60 15 times. So I'll get an equal sign. I'll get a 45x. And I think that'll be plus 40. I don't like variables on both sides. I'm going to subtract the 45x off. Subtracting off the 45x. All right. So let me see here. 75 minus 40 is 30. And I added 3, so it should be 27x plus 120 equals 40. I'll subtract 120 from both sides. And I'll get 27x. Now let's see here. 120 minus 40 would be 80. Therefore, this will be negative 80. All right, so now I have to divide by 27. X is going to equal negative 80 27ths. I don't believe that simplifies. I can go mixed number if I want. I think 3 is going to work, so it would be negative 3. Oh, no, it's not. It's going to be 1 too short. Okay, so it's going to be negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, and 26 27ths. There you go. All right, a couple more problems I want to do for you. All right, this one says the sides of a rectangle are consecutive integers. If the perimeter of the rectangle is 126 feet, find the dimensions of the rectangle. First thing I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to draw a picture. Yeah, I don't think my rectangle button works anymore. I want it to work, but I don't think it does. I'll give it a shot. Oh, yeah, I'm excited. It's working. It wasn't working last time I tried it. Okay, so now I'm going to figure out how long this side is. Well, I don't know, so I'm going to call it n. How long is this side? I know, I'll use another variable. No, that'll be too hard. I don't know how to solve an equation, one equation with two variables. I'm going to go back up here and see the sides are, by the way, I misspelled rectangle. Sorry about that. I thought I fixed that too. Oh well. Consecutive integers. So if this is n, then this is n plus 1. Consequently, that would make this n, and that would make this n plus 1. All right, I need the perimeter. Well, how do I get perimeter? That's by adding up all the sides. Or I can take a walk. How far have I walked right now? N. How far have I walked now? Well, I've walked n plus 1. Then I've walked another n, and I've walked another n plus 1. So the total distance that I walked would be, and this is the long way to do it, but it works, n plus 1 plus n plus 1 plus n. And that should equal 126. So, for n plus 2, what did I do? I combined like terms. I get 126. Subtract 2 from both sides. I'll get 4n equals 124. And then when I divide by 4, I'm going to get 31. So that means this dimension is 31 feet. That forces this dimension to be 32 feet. And there you go. I think this is the last problem. Pardon me, it's just rainy and I'm tired and I need a nap, I guess. The sum of three consecutive integers, odd integers, is 279. What are the three integers? Well, I'm going to let n be the first integer. Then the next one would be n plus 1. That would be the second integer, right? And then n plus 2 will be the third. Oh no, I did that wrong because they're odd integers.
Teachers, please excuse this interruption. We have, unfortunately, two late buses today, bus 31 and bus 36. Due to the weather, we're going to have students remain in the cafeteria until their buses arrive to take them home. Students, please sit by tables, by bus, in the front of the cafeteria closest to the doors. Study tables, please go to the back of the cafeteria where the long tables are. Again, bus 31 and 36 will not be in the lineup. Students that ride those buses report to the cafeteria.
Sorry about that. That was Mrs. Franz making her announcement that you heard ninth period. All right. So if the first integer is n, the next consecutive odd integer is going to be 2 away. Like if I count 1, 3, 5, 7, aren't they all plus 2 every time? So if the first one is n, the first odd integer, then the second one would be n plus 2. And the third one would be n plus 4. All right. So I know that if I add them together, n plus 2 plus n plus 4, that has to equal 279. Now over here, I'll combine like terms and get 3n plus 6, and that'll equal 279. I'll subtract 6 from both sides and get 3n equals 273. Now I've got to divide both sides by 3. And some of you will run for your calculators, but this is an easy one because I know that 3 goes into 27 9 times and 3 goes into 3 once, so the first integer is 91. The next odd integer would be 2 more, or 93, and the third odd integer would be 95. Oh, by the way, I could just check my work here really quick. 91 plus 93 plus 95. Add them all up. And so we're going to get, this is going to be 9. And there's nothing carry, so 9 plus 9 is 18, plus 9 is 27, 279. And look, that's what it's supposed to equal. All right, so that's another review video for you. Your test will probably be Tuesday. We'll get some more practice over the next couple days, and hopefully you'll nail it on the problem. All right, Mr. Lawrence signing off. Have a good night, everybody.